Here in AIT, the environment is truly international and multicultural, as people who work, study, and live here come from more than 30 countries across Asia and other continents. That's why I have plenty of chances to make new friends and learn about the cultures. The learning experience here in AIT helps students to achieve their full academic potential. The classes here have become a stage for students from different cultural and knowledge backgrounds to discuss issues that matter globally.
Being here, I was inspired by the Institute's goal of creating innovative solutions. My research focuses on novel green 3R biotechnology that recycles, reduces, and reuses our wastes. I am certain that the research findings we are doing here at AIT can potentially be applicable globally to make people's lives and environment better and to achieve sustainable development goals.
Social impact has been AIT's legacy and is still our positioning today. Social impact permeates our research and our education. We're injecting more innovation and multidisciplinary thinking in our research. We're engaging in more collaboration with globally prestigious universities, including dual degree programs. We're making AIT more relevant by broadening and deepening our network of businesses and NGOs and governments for the benefit of research, internship, and job placement. And we're nurturing entrepreneurship and service learning as part of AIT's experiential education.
A distinctive feature of our teaching and research programs is their close alignment with some of the major global challenges facing humanity. For example, climate change, energy, food, water security, technology, public policy mismatch, and human-machine fusion. Now, given the innate complexity of these challenges that defy straightforward explanations, our teaching and research programs emphasize multidisciplinarity, cross-thematic considerations, and pragmatic insights into the role of emerging technologies in broader socio-economic contexts.
We are working with many universities and governmental organizations in research collaboration and outreach activities. Some of our research findings have already been translated into new government regulations, new engineering standards and practice, and new engineering applications and tools. And I believe our long-term effort has created significant social and economic impact for communities in the region.
We believe that our main role is to produce experts who are truly global citizens who can think globally and act locally. Our School of Environment, Resource and Development takes an interdisciplinary approach to study, analyze and solve global and regional sustainable development challenges, such as social and gender inequalities, rights and sustainability, urbanization and migration, food security, energy and environment, natural resources, and climate change.
The best management schools in the world are based on a strong industry involvement with leaders coming from around the world. It's also a place where a culture of innovation is encouraged. At our School of Management, that is the culture we're trying to encourage, with regular interaction with organizations and business schools where teaching staff and faculty come from around the world. No idea is discarded, and a multidisciplinary approach where collaboration with other schools is supported.
The Entrepreneurship Center is supporting AIT students, its faculty and alumni to transform their ideas into tangible outcomes such as prototypes, business plans and startup companies. We aim to bring our experienced AIT alumni and successful entrepreneurs back to the campus to share their experience and stories and to work with our students and faculty to build their dreams here at AIT.
It's not only the knowledge and subject in the classroom, but the way of thinking. Because when we come to work, it's not exactly as it happened in the books. So having AIT experience, so we look at this like a way of life, and I can find many solutions to overcome the obstacle, the problem. And also another thing is initiation. This is the very important thing for the success in the working life.
In my personal career, with the knowledge that I have gained from the Asian Institute of Technology, it has been very helpful in dealing with people, in managing my work life, in managing my family life, and also in actually furthering my knowledge through the research capacities that I have gained from the Asian Institute of Technology.
Our graduates will be well prepared and have vast opportunities to pursue their passion for social impact by continuing in academia worldwide, or joining local or multinational companies, or working for socially focused NGOs, or becoming government officials, or starting their own businesses.
Mr. President, Your Excellencies, our graduation speaker, Dr. Armida Salsia Alisjaban, SCAP Executive Secretary, United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, trustees, honored guests, candidates for the award of degrees, members of the faculty, I declare this 135th graduation ceremony of the Asian Institute of Technology to be now assembled. In this graduating batch, we have a total of 198 graduating students from 16 countries. May I now request the President of the Institute, Dr. Eden Woon, to address the candidates and guests.
Excellencies and honored guests, trustees, faculty, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, congratulations to the graduates. I remember attending my own graduation and many other graduation ceremonies. And every time, the sense of joy and relief and accomplishments of the graduates overwhelm all other emotions. That's what graduation should mean to all graduates around the world and to all of you. 2 weeks ago, I visited the area by the AIT pond where some of our May graduates were taking their graduation photos. And I saw these same feelings. The AIT graduates who were there were happy, they were carefree, they were joyous, and they were satisfied with their accomplishments. And I can imagine that all of the graduates today feel the same way, even though this is an online graduation ceremony. But you graduates having this same joyful feeling is all the more remarkable this year because it is being felt during an extraordinarily difficult and challenging time in which we live in today. You have decided that you will not be robbed of this feeling of accomplishment, and I salute you. The world is having more than its share of political turmoil, including in some of the countries our AIT students come from. We humans are doing a very poor job of getting along with each other with tolerance and compassion and harmony. Looming over all this is COVID-19, which is ravaging many countries, with the pandemic still holding on here in Thailand. Beyond family tragedy, huge inconveniences, difficult mental and physical adjustments, and economic hardship. Beyond the pandemic, the world is being changed substantially from when you all arrived at AIT 2 years ago or longer. You will be stepping into a very, very uncertain world. First, you have to fight through the pandemic. And hopefully in 2022, we can begin to claim victory. But you have to see, after that, where in the new normal you can make your mark. Business models are changing. Employment priorities are shifting. People-to-people relationships are adjusting. You must be flexible. But two things remain constant. You have to use technology in your work in the future. And the environment matters a great deal, whatever work you will be doing. You should be comforted with the fact that these two things are precisely what you learned at AIT, whose motto is social impact with innovation. One other thing you learned at AIT is to treasure the international friendships you have made here. Many of you will be going home soon, and some of you have left already, whether it is to Bangkok, or to Paris, or to Kathmandu. But the connections you made here will stick with you. What the pandemic has shown is that the human race is not doing a very good job working with each other across borders. And one can only hope that you can do better. So today, be happy, be confident, and don't let anyone tell you that you should not enjoy this momentous moment in your life. But do appreciate that your generation has a big responsibility on your shoulders to do better than our generation in taking care of the earth. I want to take this time to thank the AIT faculty, the AIT staff, your parents, and you yourself for being patient and persevering to enable you to graduate from AIT in this stressful and extraordinary time. I sincerely apologize that we cannot give you an in-person ceremony today because of the pandemic. But stay safe wherever you're going and wherever you are. And see you again in person at AIT when the world is a happier place. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Mr. President. Our graduation speaker, Dr. Armida Salsia Ali Jaban, is the Executive Secretary of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, ISCAP. Prior to joining ISCAP, Dr. Ali Jaban was Professor of Economics at Universitas Padjadjaran in Bali, Indonesia, a position she assumed in 2005. She joined Universitas Padjadjaran as a lecturer in 1988. Since 2016, she has served as Director for the Center for Sustainable Development Goals Studies at Universitas Padjadjaran and Vice Chair of the Indonesian Academy of Sciences. She also serves on the governing board of the Economic Research Institute for ASEAN and East Asia area and member of the Indonesian Academy of Sciences, the Forum of Statistics Community, the International Advisory Board of the Bulletin of Indonesian Economic Studies, and council member of the Regional Science Association International. From 2009 to 2014, she was Minister of National Development and Planning and the head of the National Development Planning Agency, BAPENAS. She served as a co-chair of the Global Partnership for Effective Development Cooperation from 2012 to 2014. From 2009 to 2014, she was alternate governor of the World Bank and alternate governor of the Asian Development Bank, representing the government of Indonesia. In 2016, she was a member of the high-level independent team of advisors to support ECOSOC dialogue on the longer-term positioning of the United Nations Development System in the context of 2030 Agenda on Sustainable Development. Dr. Ali Jaban has been involved in various research projects and consultancies to the United Nations University, Institute for Advanced Studies in Tokyo, the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, the Department of the Foreign Affairs and Trade Australia, the Australian Agency for International Development, the European Commission, and the International Labour Organization. Dr. Alice Jabana earned her bachelor's degree in Economics and Development Studies from Universitas Indonesia in Indonesia, a master's degree in Economics from Northwestern University, USA, and a PhD in Economics from University of Washington, USA. She has awarded the Mahaputra Adipradana Order, Bintang Mahaputra Adipradana from the Republic of Indonesia, Honorary Brevet of Indonesian Navy, and Honorary Flight Wing from the Indonesian Air Force. Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I invite Dr. Armida Salsia Alice Jabana.
Dr. Eden Woon, President, Asian Institute of Technology, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to participate in your graduation ceremony today. Thank you for giving me this honor. You are graduating in unprecedented times. We are all in the midst of a great transformation. The COVID-19 pandemic's devastating health and socio-economic impact has reached every corner of the world. We are facing a climate crisis, and countries have been thrown even further off track on the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. However, challenges also present opportunities. With the entrepreneurial mindset and technological know-how that AIT has instilled in you, the world now urgently needs your solutions to come out of this pandemic with inclusiveness, resilience, and sustainability. Take urgent actions to tackle the climate crisis and get us back on track and accelerate progress on the SDGs. Entrepreneurship, technology, and collaboration provide you all with opportunities to achieve this objective. As you enter the next stage of your career, I want to share three straightforward messages. First, apply a social entrepreneur's mindset. The private sector has been a source of innovation and economic dynamism in the Asia-Pacific region. However, to achieve SDGs, we urgently need a private sector that focuses on generating social and environmental impact as well as financial return. This will require a shift in mindset from entrepreneurship to social entrepreneurship, business as usual to inclusive business, and investment to impact investment. Social enterprise address social and environmental problems using business methods. Inclusive businesses provide goods, services, and livelihoods to people living at the base of the economic pyramid, while impact investors invest for social and environmental impact as well as financial return. Governments have taken note of these emerging opportunities in determining their policy decisions. The conditions have been set for you to start businesses, influence corporations, and reimagine financial markets to strive for social and environmental as well as economic impact. All of you, the next generation of business leaders, must think about social purpose as well as profit. As social entrepreneurs and impact investors, you will be at the forefront of creating a new vision for inclusive economies that work for society and the environment. Our responsibility is to show you the path, but to succeed, you have to be the agent of change. Second, focus on developing technologies for the benefit of all. Digital transformation has been a defining feature of the pandemic and has highlighted more than ever the importance of digital technologies. Digital technologies have enabled governments to implement social protection schemes, online education, and e-health solutions, while digital finance and e-commerce have enabled businesses to continue to operate, trade, and remain resilient. However, many countries and communities have been left behind. It is hard to believe that over 2 billion people in the Asia-Pacific region do not have access to the digital world. In this context, for those of you embarking in a career in technology, I urge you to put inclusion at the heart of your work so that the promise of the SDGs to leave no one behind can be achieved. Our technology strategy has inclusion at its heart. The Asia-Pacific Information Superhighway Initiative aims to bridge the digital divide. The Asian and Pacific Training Center for Information and Communication Technology for Development is equipping young people with the digital skills needed to engage in the digital economy. Similarly, our Catalyzing Women's Entrepreneurship initiative is implementing innovative digital financing and e-commerce solutions to support women entrepreneurs who have been hit harder than most during the pandemic. The unprecedented pace of digital transformation, accelerated by the pandemic, provides you with an opportunity to scale up your solutions and ambitions. In the next stage of your careers, I urge you to think about how you can develop accessible and affordable digital technology so that they benefit the many and not just the few. Third, embrace the idea of collaboration and solidarity. Now, this may sound like a daunting prospect. However, you are not alone. You have each other, as well as AIT's alumni network and global connections. Additionally, through the Memorandum of Understanding between ESCAP and AIT, the UN family stands ready to support you. At the United Nations 75th anniversary event last year, I stressed the need for innovative solutions and stronger collaboration across all stakeholders, particularly the youth. Our commitment to supporting young innovators and entrepreneurs is clear. With the skills you have gained at AIT, along with collaboration and commitment, you can help the world to recover better together. Think big and be innovative and down to earth. I wish you every success and well-being. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Alice Javana. Mr. President, may I now call on the Academic Senior Chair, Professor Kyoko Kusakabe, to present the Academic Senate decision on the award of degrees.
Mr. President, recommendations for the award of the degrees to be conferred today were made by the Academic Senate on 21 May 2021 in accordance with procedures established by the Academic Senate and the Board of Trustees. The Academic Senate recommended 17 doctor, 180 masters, and 1 diploma students. You have confirmed the recommendations, and candidates will now be presented for the conferment of degrees.
Thank you, Professor Kyoko. Mr. President, I have the honor to present candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Engineering, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Business Administration. The degree of Doctor is the highest degree awarded by the Asian Institute of Technology and is granted in recognition of outstanding academic and research performance.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degrees of Doctor of Engineering, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Business Administration.
For the degrees of Doctor of Engineering in Water Engineering and Management, Thudon Wakwala with his advisor, Professor Sangam Shrestha. In Remote Sensing and Geographic Information Systems, Pallavi Mohapatra with her advisor, Professor Nitin K. Tripathi. In Microelectronics and Embedded Systems, Sarat Yowatana with his advisor, Dr. Mangkul Ikpanyapong. In mechatronics, Surat Punnakyao with his advisor, Professor Manukid Parnichkun. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in mechatronics, Som Pop Limson Thakul with his advisor, Dr. Mongkol Ikpanyapong. In computer science, Muhammad Farooq with his advisor, Professor Matthew N. Daly. In remote sensing and geographic information systems, Jahid Mustaq Wani with his advisor, Dr. Masahiko Nagai. In regional and rural development planning, Wachira Pecho with her advisor, Dr. Sylvia Sabo. In urban environmental management, Surasak Jotawan with his advisor, Professor Vilas Vitinata Nanon. In agribusiness management, Hena Imtiaz with her advisor, Dr. Bhimalwan Yukongdi. In agribusiness management, Ho Nguyen Din Tian with her advisor, Dr. Lok Thai Yon. In aquaculture and aquatic resources management, Malika Arachilage Don Anusa Dilhani Pereira with her advisor, Dr. Ram C. Bhujel. In aquaculture and aquatic resources management, Anat Bunya Pagdi with his advisor, Dr. Ram C. Bhujel. In management, Bhavini Kanchanaya with her advisor, Dr. Yusre F.M. Badir. In management, Jirapol Jira Kraisiri with his advisor, Dr. Yusre F.M. Badir. For the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, Dao Huang Duong with his advisor, Dr. Roger Levermule. Kurkrit Saisiri Kul with his advisor, Dr. Yusre F.M. Badir. Mr. President, guests, ladies and gentlemen, our doctoral graduate from the School of Management, Dr. Jirapol Jira Kraisiri, will deliver a brief message on behalf of all doctoral graduates.
Honorable Chief Guest, Excellencies, AIT President, faculties, families, friends, and fellow graduates, a very good morning to you. I feel honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all doctoral graduates today. I'm really excited to be here with you and to have joined this unique international campus composed of students and staff from around the world. Today is a day that we all have dreamed about. I never thought I would ever graduate, but here I am. When I first came to AIT, I was a part-time lecturer who lacked competence in research and deep analytic thinking. Today, I can say that I'm not none of those things. I would be up here saying that AIT changed my life to be better. I believe every single one of us graduates worked so hard to get here. We dedicate all time, money, and life to this doctoral journey, and it's worth it. We know what we can achieve, and I believe that all works from now on can change our lives and the world to be better. My PhD journey proved to me this quote: success is a journey, not a destination. The doing is often more important than outcome. I learned two things from this journey. First, if we want to achieve something greater than we have thought, we could not do it alone. My advisor, families, and friends support me along this journey by giving their knowledge when I did not know what or how to do. And sometimes they gave me the inspiration to keep going in this journey. Second, whatever has happened, it's good enough. I believe that we all expect to get a good result from what we have done, but the world is not easy like that. The result is fluctuating. If you got the bad results, just try to indicate what made you fail and not repeat it again. If you got a good result, it proves that you are precious. When I started this doctoral journey, it was because of the job that I applied for but didn't get. I thought, well, I need to do something new to make me more valuable. I just encourage everyone else. If you are at the point and there is something you need to do or to take ownership of where you are and where you want to be, I encourage you to do as well. Thank you, and congratulations to all.
Mr. President, Professor Dieter Trau, Dean of the School of Engineering and Technology, will present candidates for the award of master degrees.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty in the School of Engineering and Technology, I have the honor to present candidates for the degree of Master of Engineering, Master of Science, Master of Engineering Professional, and Master of Science Professional and Diploma.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degrees of Master of Engineering, Master of Science, Master of Engineering Professional, Master of Science Professional, and Diploma.
For the degree of Master of Engineering in Computer Science, Nishal Srinival Vasuti. Indrajit Datta. Nang San Hom. Raunak Mukhia. For the degree of Master of Science in Computer Science, Karan Raj Barua. For the degree of Master of Science in Information Management, Part Jaitong. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Telecommunications, Manash Mahanta, Asharakit Vanit Shazatit. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Information and Communication Technologies, Nikhil Kumar Gudapuri. Shelam Siranguvit Reddy. Swami Sivaram Taralapu. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Remote Sensing and Geographic Information Systems, Malyaredi Vikil Sai Shodari. Gautam Manduri. Shivani Negi. Ankam Tarun. For the degree of Master of Science in Remote Sensing and Geographic Information Systems, recipient of the John A. Crohn's Prize, Darangama Arashishigi Samita Daranangana. Swun Vuna Tet. Gokala Kudavitana J. Shanti Amindika Vitanage. Yailin Tun. For the degree of Master of Engineering in industrial and manufacturing engineering. Recipient of the Tim Kedal Memorial Prize. Hanumas Sujitamporn. Binura Pasan Ranwala. Tongchai Shisatanakun. Sirapat Sukobol. Ichapon Yochana. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Mechatronics, recipient of the Hisamatsu Prize, Shotbimuk Sombon. Tansel Amat Fazal. Janit Sahanaka Jinadaza. Jirapot Jinta Sonopom. Ognak Kovon Myth. Varat Tangana Prachakit. Kaung Soi Ta. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Nanotechnology, Rezona Bente Arif. Benjamin Dopi Dopa. Chaitanya Sairayu Vena. For the degree of Master of Science in Nanotechnology, recipient of the James A. Linen Memorial Prize, Nahid Saria Afrin. For the degree of Diploma in Nanotechnology, Vinjamuri Vivek Sai Chandra. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Geotechnical and Earth Resource Engineering, recipient of the Chin Fung Ki Prize and the Robert C. Bowden Prize, Achini Opera Ranasinghe. Jobakta Ater. Ong Tet. Lairu Matesa Abervarana Nagashinga. Parto Kuma Sakar. Nurazin Sudoman. Witawat Toyat. For the degree of Master of Science in Geotechnical and Earth Resources Engineering, recipient of the Shin Fung Ki Prize and the AIT Alumni Association Prize, Rapiban Onsibut. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Structural Engineering, recipient of the Wei Ye Wang Prize, Navinda Ganganath Lunarachi. Uchini Chandrasena. Srikolonat Nilonere. Memut Murshid Ul Al Amin. Opnar Rapa Upake. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Transportation Engineering, Muhammad Al Emran. Jirapan Panangson. Naravit Tongnak. Aka Tan Win. For the degree of Master of Science in Transportation Engineering, recipient of the Barbara and John Hook Jones Prize, Isra Kolaning Malabanan. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Water Engineering and Management, recipient of the Professor Emeritus Madan Mohan Das Memorial Prize, Varna Kulasorija Nilapage Shanali Minosh Fernando. Lapanloy Shavua, MD Latif Hosen, Lim Soknet, Primon 9, Kanlaya from Prayapan, Parichat Pinsri, Dongpong Pongumernt, Shavatsat Sharma, Suritra Tulyanon. For the degree of Master of Science in Water Engineering and Management, recipient of the Chainrong Na Lampun Prize, Bradett Grace Buya Bukton. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Construction Engineering and Infrastructure Management, recipient of the Manish Varma Prize, Dana Kaiser Brionet Lestano, Nisar Abul, Muhammad Fuklam Bardasha, Jutarat Warapa, Nyunwin Tur, Richa Kaple, Merman Mut Kwei, Kwei Kwei Pain, Iha Pradhan, Yandamuri Durga Gopal Rajudu, Shradana Tapa. For the degree of Master of Engineering, Professional in Construction, Engineering, and Infrastructure Management, with area of specialization in Project Management in Construction, Lee Tran Krandan, Lee Won Tan, Nguyen Tân Man, King Tida Ng, So Twai O, Theng Soi O, Thái Quang Nam, Gao Ba Tien, Yuat Yuat Tint, Sai San Tun, Vo Ong Tuan. For the degree of Master of Science Professional in Construction Engineering and Infrastructure Management with area of specialization in Project Management in Construction, Nguyen Tin Dong.
Thank you, Professor Trau. Mr. President, Professor Vilas Nitibhatananon, Dean of the School of Environment, Resources and Development, will present candidates for the award of master degrees.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty in the School of Environment, Resources and Development, I have the honor to present candidates for the degree of Master of Engineering, Master of Science, and Master of Agri-Business Management.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degrees of Master of Engineering, Master of Science, and Master of Agribusiness Management.
For the degree of Master in Agri-Business Management, recipient of the Mahado Salake Memorial Prize and the AIT Alumni Association Prize, Susan Subedi. For the degree of Master of Science in Agricultural System and Engineering, Thawatchai Kersuk, Nishakan Thuen Prom. For the degree of Master of Science in Aquaculture and Aquatic Resources Management, recipient of the Kelvin Prize, Rahul Rajendran วรัญญาอ้อมแก้วชนนิการพิยาวรสกุลฮาริฮาราสุดานสิทธาสุจตาทิมสินา For the degree of Master of Engineering in Food Engineering and Bioprocess Technology, Angela Rivibes Corpus ดิชากรฟุ้งประเสริฐกุล For the degree of Master of Science in Food Engineering and Bioprocess Technology, recipient of the Hasamasu Prize, Kisha Pan, พัชนีพัทรนกุล Divesh Tripathi for the degree of Master of Science in Gender and Development Studies พลนิพาพิลางาม for the degree of Master of Science in Development and Sustainability มาจันอาเธอร์เมทวี Pakilake for the degree of Master of Science in Regional and Rural Development Planning, Siwarat Patanasi, Anura Chetra, Saw Stephen. For the degree of Master of Science in Natural Resources Management, recipient of the Himamasu Prize, Yanada Ye Min, Kishore Kumar Bohara, Karuna Buddha Thoki, Ritdesha Chuan Ram, Buntarika Khandai Yachon, Muki Charin Ratana Pakon. For the degree of Master of Science in Urban Environmental Management, Saw Tien Tien Het, Wang Jie Shun. For the degree of Master of Science in Climate Change and Sustainable Development, Melissa Pradhan. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Energy, recipient of the Yoshi Kahasaki Prize, Nuchakan Liti Pochagrun, Samina Alam, Hewe Yadeka Patum Dunjana, Visuwat Gabviwas, Sadicha Nuanpen Chama, Aber Reddy Siva Rana Chandra Reddy. For the degree of Masters of Engineering in Environmental Engineering and Management, recipient of the Jongrak Ponpasert Prize, Nguyen An Wu. Non Pawit Chok Siri Mongkon Chai, Yifan He, Mohammed Atikun Islam, Prishaya Kel Suwan, Jenarung Les Sema, Nitradi Les Santia, Tiprada Mani Patra, Ben Yapa Mi Supan Nakpon, Shaw Panara, Hong Sakon Pan Pakdi, Pichaya Setan, Ekisha Shama, Chatawat Sutrat, Natakon Tatinawat, Viranton Tiparadi. For the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Engineering and Management. Recipient of the Robert and Kunta Banks Prize and the Robert Borden Prize, Savinda Heshami Awa Bawata Lekapke. Kantachai Paichit Thoti, Fatima Phon Purana, Kanjarat Rungrat, Thanawat Udom Bua, Tesfalem Atnafu Wade Gabriel. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty in the School of Environment, Resources and Development, and the School of Engineering and Technology, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Master of Science.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degrees of Master of Science.
For the degree of Master of Science in Urban Water Engineering and Management, Unais Wandiku Matita, Nishanti Ponnia, Saeb Subia.
Thank you, Professor Vilas. Mr. President, Dr. Roger Levermule, Dean in the School of Management, will present candidates for the award of master degrees.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty in the School of Management, I have the honor to present candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration and Master of Business Administration Executive.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degrees of Master of Business Administration and Master of Business Administration Executive.
For the degree of Master of Business Administration, recipient of the AIT Alumni Association Prize, Shruti Pandey. Recipient of the Wilhelm Hill Prize, Shubham Achaya. Recipient of the Robert C. Bodden Prize, Rogina Shrestha. Abhinav Amacha. Shraddha Ayal. Subecha Bajrachaya, Anuja Beskota, Hui Ping Su, Christoph Jonchi, Setapong Kraiponsak, Yeshi Lam, Damping Lu, Deepsa Mahajan, Ashma Mala, Aditya Mala, Prabina Paudel, Kazi Mustafizur Rahman, Shikar Shrestha, Smriti Shrestha, Wang Shuang, Shahida Sultana, Shangyong Tang, Shantam Taib, Achal Shamsha Tapa, Sandesh Tapa, Prabesh Timil Sena, Ankita Tulachan, Raunak Tuladar, Jirayu Vrohandi, Kitipong Wanasiri, Lipika Witsatwat Wayang Suk. For the degree of Master of Business Administration Executive, Dang Nok Tang, Pham Zhu Heng, Vo Quang Tin.
Thank you, Dr. Livermore. Mr. President, AIT alumni are very special people. Today's graduating class now joins over 24,000 AIT alumni professionals who stretch across the world to 6 continents into more than half the world's countries. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce one such outstanding individual, our honored alumni speaker, Ms. Maria Fe Nuestro Ferriols, our current AIT Alumni Association President. A Filipino national, Ms. Ferriols has more than 40 years of experience in the field of information technology, IT consulting. At present, she is the president of Correlate Inc., an IT solution provider that is in the business of offering various IT products and services with its orchestration platform innovation. She has worked in the private and government sectors in various capacities as an IT business executive, IT consultant, IT solution integrator, sales and marketing executive, project manager, systems analyst, programmer, educator, and student. Ms. Ferriols' IT career has been supported by her active participation in various socio-civic organizations. Besides teaching on her free time, Ms. Ferriols was the founding president of the Filipina Society of IT Educators in 1998, now the largest IT organization in the country with chapters in all 17 regions. She is currently the treasurer of the Filipina Thai Cultural Organization, having been its founding secretary in 2009. She is a board director of the Balik Kalipe Center for Psychosocial Support INC, providing trainings on the mental health and psychosocial support to corporate clients as well as overseas Filipino workers. She is also a board director of the Filipina Institute for the Deaf, teaching deaf children to talk and be integrated into normal environment, being hearing impaired herself. Ms. Ferriols has earned an MS degree in computer applications at the Asian Institute of Technology after she took her undergraduate degree in BS Statistics at the University of Philippines. As a scholar of the Australian government in AIT in 1980-82, Ms. Ferriols was an active student, having been the first woman to win an elective position in the AIT Student Union as its treasurer secretary. She was the student division representative of the Computer Applications Division to the AIT Faculty Student Liaison Committee. She was one of the first 2 student representatives to the AIT Academic Senate. She carried the voice of the AIT scholars in these prestigious fora. Ms. Ferriols is an active alumna of AIT. She was a recipient of the AITAA Distinguished Alumni Award for Business in 2017. Prior to that, she was a board director of the AIT Alumni Association Filipina chapter, wherein she was a past president, vice president, and representative to the AITAA governing board. Ms. Ferriols started her AIT Alumni Association presidency in January 2018, having been elected during the 46th GBM in Taipei, Taiwan. As the 17th president of the AITAA, she is the first president to live outside Thailand and has actively used technology to reach out to all chapters of our association. She is the voice of the alumni in AIT's Board of Trustees. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our very own special alumni speaker, Ms. Maria Fe Nuestro.
Thanks so much for the kind introduction. Distinguished guests of AIT, Dr. Tong Chat, and members of the AIT Board of Trustees, Dr. Eden Woon, and the officials and faculty of AIT. My dear AIT graduates of the 135th AIT graduation ceremonies, may I start on a personal note. I would like to convey my deepest gratitude and that of my Nuestro family to Dr. Eden Woon and the whole AIT community for the heartwarming messages of sympathy on the demise last month of my beloved mother, Junida Nuestro. It definitely brought us comfort and we truly appreciate them. Thank you so much. On behalf of AIT Alumni Association, it is my distinct pleasure and honor to congratulate the batch of AIT graduates of the 135th graduation ceremonies of the Asian Institute of Technology. I know that it has not been an easy walk at the AIT PAN to be qualified to be here. It is not easy to be away from your family and to study under the pressure of maintaining a good GPA to complete all the necessary requirements to get this precious AIT degree. Most especially for your batch. You had to contend with the risk of being afflicted with COVID-19, this pandemic of scary proportion that has been ravishing so many shores, including the countries where you come from. And I am sure that the thought of how your families are coping with this pandemic has added to your pressures. And here in AIT, you had to contend with the living and studying and working with classmates from many countries with different cultures and religions. You had to contend with the new technologies to learn and researches and projects you had to conduct. You had to go through the tedious process of achieving your goals. In the process, you had to get to know and learn from your teachers, your classmates, who are also your dorm mates, your cafeteria mates, your sports mates. But frankly, you did get the bonus of making them your friends, your family, and create that distinct network of technologically adept professionals. You will be joining this elite circle of AIT graduates who are spread all over the world, quietly contributing to the progress of every country they decide to domicile and stay, either back to their country or some other country. And as an AIT graduate, you will join them to contribute your talents, skills, resources, and time to do something for your family and community. You can see it in a country's engineering infrastructure, energy and environmental setup, information systems, agricultural advancement, disaster management, academic researches, and educational pedagogy. You will be proud to be in that circle of achievers. After AIT, you will have your own journeys in life. In the same way that I look back at my happy, memorable months at AIT, you will eventually look back on how AIT has changed and transformed you, and always for the better. It may or may not be an easy path that you will have, but please always remember that what we got from AIT is a luggage full of resources on how to deal with life. Technical and academic knowledge, social and networking skills, skills to innovate using technology, being a team player, having entrepreneurial skills, and of course, your bonus, enduring friendships. This pandemic has created a lot of opportunities to grow. Opportunities abound. Opportunities to use technology to be in touch. Opportunities for new innovations. to serve others, opportunities to use the learning we got from AIT, opportunities to share and contribute our knowledge with our families, communities, and friends, opportunities to give back. Please make sure that you do catch these opportunities now and soon. I am sure you all work hard for your AIT diploma. May I take this opportunity to congratulate those who have worked hardest for this precious document. I have the honor and to recognize and award the AIT Alumni Association Prize for the most outstanding graduates of this 135th graduation ceremonies, our AITAA awardees. From the School of Engineering and Technology, Mr. Rapipuan Onsibut of Thailand. From the School of Environment Resources and Development, Mr. Susan Subedi of Nepal. And from the School of Management, Ms. Shruti Pandey of India. Congratulations for your outstanding achievements. Now, let me share with you some of our colleagues who have fared well. And this is a video that I would like to share with you as we produced it during the 60th anniversary of AIT and also the 50th anniversary of AITAA. This is our production, and we are proud of our co-alumni who have done well. Dear graduates, tomorrow and in the years to come, we would like to see and hear your own stories of connecting, contributing, and giving back. Today, we celebrate with you. This is a day of joy to be remembered, regardless of the medium that it is being held. There will always be a digital copy to take home. I salute you for surviving this pandemic and the challenges of AIT. That challenge continues with the oath we take as alumni of AIT. And this is our alumni pledge. I repeat, conscious of the benefits and responsibilities which my AIT education has endowed me. I promise to be loyal to the ideals of the Asian Institute of Technology and to be helpful and useful to society. Let us thank the Lord for his abounding love to care for us as we travel along our lives. To our newest batch of my AIT co-alumni, my warmest congratulations. And we are so happy to welcome you as the bona fide members of the AIT Alumni Association. Thank you so much, my AIT family.
Thank you. Mr. President, guests, ladies and gentlemen, one of our master graduates from the Transportation Engineering program, Department of Civil and Infrastructure Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology, who is the recipient of the Barbara and John Hogg Jones Prize, Ms. Isara Kolaling Malabanan, will deliver a brief message on behalf of all master's graduates in the School of Engineering and Technology, School of Environment, Resources and Development, and the School of Management.
Graduation. Noun. English. Definition: the award or acceptance of an academic degree. But for an AIT student, it also marks the end of countless homeworks, presentations, meetings with advisors, extracurricular activities, revisions, and even more revisions. Mr. President, dearest graduates, parents, esteemed faculty, staff, and distinguished guests, a good morning to you all. On behalf of my fellow master degree graduates, I would like to thank all the parents who have been our ever-present pillar of support, our faculty who have tirelessly taught us not just theories, but also real-life lessons, all AIT staff who have made our stay in AIT very comfortable, and our friends who have always been there even in the late hours of the night. Let me also take this opportunity to acknowledge the experiences we had in AIT. Without these, we wouldn't be here today. Here's to the laughter, drinks, parties, and stories we shared to each other. Here's to the late working nights that reach even the sunrise. For as they say, you're not a true AITian if you don't have a messed up sleeping schedule. Here's to our firsts. First international friends and teachers. First time being away from home. First cultural show. And heck, even the first time we saw a monitor lizard chilling around campus. Here's to our victories of beating midnight deadlines, simulations running smoothly, codes working perfectly, sensors detecting accurately, results making sense, and finished anticlimactic revisions we have after defense. And as they say, There is no breakthrough without the breaking. So here's also to all our burnt out moments, mental breakdowns, and the nights we cry ourselves to sleep due to stress and anxiety. Here's to our silent battles that are felt by our hearts the loudest. Here's to the times we worked on our academic responsibilities while worrying about our loved ones back home. May it be due to COVID cases rising, a loved one passing away, or a military coup. Most especially, here's to you. Despite everything that's been breaking you down, I congratulate you for breaking through. You've been through a lot, so much more than I could ever fit in a speech, yet here you are, graduating. Now I call on you to give a virtual hands up. Tap yourself on the back and say congratulations, self. One goal down and more to go. Conquer them like how you conquered AIT, but now with all the lessons you've learned from it. Lessons from all the ups and downs, failures and victories, breakdowns and breakthroughs. Overcome it all with the knowledge you gained and experiences you acquired from AIT. With a brave and persevering heart, you will finish strong like how you did today. Thank you, and again, congratulations to all.
Thank you, and that concludes the 135th graduation ceremony.